Okay, what's this? Ooh, saucy. All right. What is this? Mother Brownrigg flogging her apprentice in the cellar. Yeah. Well, you don't. Well, you don't know. You don't know what she did. All right. I mean, you're
Well,
only coming
you know
in.
what she did is she's cuter than she is.
Oh.
Okay, and she's married to the dude that owns her.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's right.
this illustration, my niece found this in Latino studies.
Oh. Okay.
So it was misrepresented, miscategorized by the academic establishment.
No, they don't. They don't do stuff like
Okay,
that.
it's
What are you talking about?
it's almost unconscious. It once it gets rolling, the way the academia works is to get, and I don't know that the only my only experience with college is getting beat up by Charles at Dundalk Community College in front of a bunch of karate people. Okay, but I've had some people that have master's degrees and above in university settings telling me that the whole exercise of of graduating, of attaining these levels is to kiss the butt of the people that came before you and find a little sliver of semi-unique information that's going to buttress the case that your teacher's teacher made. So it's just an exercise in positive reinforcement. There is no investigation. There's no inquiry. And history is supposed to mean inquiry. And it has just become, you know, reinforced, prejudiced chronology and hagiography.
Well, if you investigate stuff on your own, you know what that's called, right? That's called being a Nazi. Yeah.
So this book is really, there's 3 articles in the back of it, but it is primarily an annotation of a poem by a young fellow named James Revel, who was literate and ended up hanging out with some delinquents, and he was with them when they broke into a store and robbed something. They got hung. He got sold because he came from a good family. He was a convict laborer, so he spent 14 years in bondage. And this was published as a cautionary tale, as a warning. There is also in here a letter from Mary Sprigg. I think it might be in here, to her father, who was a middle class girl who for some reason was sold into slavery. A couple of other small things. This is a really slim book. It's kind of a nice introduction for somebody instead of starting with some big account. At this point, I was hoping that this would be the final volume and I would never poke my head down this rabbit hole again. But readers kept on sending me information. My niece kept on digging up stuff. And at this point now, I've got a volunteer editor who's sending me things. And I end up being sent entire archives of material. And I'm starting to get a lot of questions that are becoming articles.
Oh yeah, Thomas Hellier. That was the other one. Yeah.
Yeah, so I end up writing a novel that is the first part of the trilogy about Thomas Hellier's life. That novel is in print in hardback and is titled Sold. The sequel, Bound, is already written in my head, but I've yet to execute it.
Oh. Interesting. Yeah, like I said, it's a poem from a guy who was, in this thing. Oh.